Howdy y'all, I am Adam the Renaissance Nerd. This video is going out to those smooth brain stands who constantly come at me and others who are warning people about Rings of Power, saying, "You have to give it a chance. You're so negative. Why are you crying about this? It's not even out yet." That's what I say to you. No, what I'm going to say to you actually is that it's not our job to trust anything, especially in this day and age. It is the job of a production company, of a director, a writer, a showrunner, to sell us on a show, on a concept, on a story. They have to give us, the fans, what we ask for and what we expect, especially when it's a franchise like Lord of the Rings that has an immense wealth of lore and source material. Source material and lore that Amazon doesn't actually own, which is why we continue to call this billion-dollar fan fiction, because they're making it up as they go along. They are breaking away from what is actually real and just writing their own crap. So as I said, this goes out to the stands today, because once more, we are given mighty, blazing, hotter than the sun, brighter than the sun, red flags that tell us with about a little over a month to go that the Rings of Power, the people in charge of it, the show's going to be bad and they don't know what they're doing. What am I talking about? Very simply put, I saw some of this yesterday, and it's been added to since I decided to make this video. We're starting at Bounding Into Comics, then we're going to go to the Entertainment Weekly article, and then back to Bounding Into Comics, because again, as always, we love Bounding Into Comics because they collect certain pieces of information, which saves me time having to jump around a lot of different windows and this and that. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power director makes it clear he does not understand Tolkien's work. Red flag. Red flag. If you are hiring somebody to direct something, to understand the world that they're playing in, how to move people about on the screen, how to get the most out of the actors and the scenery and the story, you might want to call on somebody that actually understands the franchise they're working with. One of the directors in the upcoming Prime Video series, Rings of Power, made it abundantly clear he does not understand Tolkien's work while discussing the tone of the show and how it reflects the main story points of the show. This is beautiful. You're going to love this. Wayne Che Yip says this. First, he's squeeing. "Being on the set was just breathtaking. We were there for weeks, but every day I'd notice a new detail I'd never seen before, like graffiti etched into weathered stone, or a small shrine," he adds. "There was a whole wall made out of oyster shells. Every corner you turned, there was just so much storytelling." Newsflash, genius, that's not storytelling. That's just the scenery, the backdrop. The storytelling comes from bringing the characters to life, who then bring the scenery to life, make you feel as though you're pulled into it. But this moron clearly doesn't understand what storytelling is. Because then he goes on to say this, especially that he doesn't understand the franchise he's working with. He tells Entertainment Weekly, "Tonally, we wanted Ring of Power to reflect Tolkien's main story points of friendship and good and evil. One of the ideas is, how far into darkness are you willing to go to do the right thing?" Now, as John F. Trent is going to go on to point out, and I will simply echo what he's going to say, yeah, the first two parts of that, friendship and the battle between good and evil, yeah, that's Tolkien to the letter. That is Tolkien through and through. But how far into darkness are you willing to go to do the right thing? That is the antithesis of Tolkien's story. The One Ring, the Ring of Power. It is an object of pure evil that cannot be changed, cannot be altered, and over and over again, no matter how good intentioned you are, no matter how good you are in the beginning, it will corrupt you. It will turn you. It will turn your good intentions into darkness, into evil, into malice, and it will destroy you and everything around you and everything you hoped to save. Galadriel in Fellowship wants the ring. Is drawn to the ring, and when Frodo offers it to her, well, she has a moment of vision of what will happen if she takes it upon herself, if she puts it on.
In place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen, not dark, but beautiful and terrible as the dawn. All shall love me understand.
Yeah, there you go. But then she rejects it, and she passes the test because she knows that through her desire to do good, just like Gandalf says, just like they all say, through a desire to do good, through me, the ring would do great evil. Tolkien does not tell a story of how far into darkness are you willing to go to do the right thing. That is not Tolkien's story. And this genius clearly doesn't understand what he's working with or what he worked with, because he's done. This is coming out. It's in the can. Red flag. Red flag. But we're not done there. Going to this Entertainment Weekly article, we're not going to go through the whole thing because it's spread out over a bunch of stupid slides. So we're going to go right here. Talking about J.D. Payne, I think it is, one of the idiot showrunners, one of the disciples of Jar Jar Abrams, the destroyer of franchises, and he spread his seed all over the world. He has the nerve to say this, talking about Isildur. Isildur, the man who had a chance to stop evil once and for all, but then the ring corrupted him on the spot. His willpower evaporated just like that. This is J.D. Payne talking about Isildur because they want to tell a story about Isildur in Rings of Power. He's one of the characters most ripe for deepening because everyone knows him. He's most defined by his final fatal decision to keep the ring when he has the chance to throw the ring into Mount Doom and destroy Sauron forever, and he chooses incorrectly. We sort of said, how do we make that tragic turn in an otherwise very human, relatable, and heroic arc? Here's the thing. Now, we thank, again, John F. Trent here at Bounding Into Comics. He breaks this down for us and how J.D. Payne doesn't even know the franchise he's working with, doesn't know the material, doesn't know the lore. Because as John F. Trent nicely points out here, you can go to the article right here. Here it is. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power showrunner questions how to make Isildur story tragic, but J.R.R. Tolkien already wrote it. You go right here, and John F. Trent lays out all the story that Tolkien already gave us concerning Isildur. A roadmap, one could say, of Isildur's adventures, of how he was a good and pious man who, with his father, fled the fall of Numenor, knowing that they must believe in the Valar and not Morgoth and Sauron. And they were spared. And they did all kinds of good things until Isildur loses himself to the ring. And then the ring betrays him. And that's the scene from Fellowship, the opening, when it falls off him and he's underwater and the arrows hit him in the back. And there you go. Tolkien already told this story. So these idiots, J.D. Payne, originally said in that Variety article, when the shill article that started all this, Vanity Fair, not Variety. As long as we're painting within those lines and not egregiously contradicting something we don't have the rights to, there's a lot of leeway and room to dramatize and tell some of the best stories Tolkien ever came up with. But apparently, you're not going to tell the story he came up with, which is all there because you don't have the rights to it. Red flag. Red flag. They are ignoring Tolkien. They are ignoring his stories. They are ignoring his works to tell bad billion-dollar fan fiction.
Fool of a took. Throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity.
Red flags. They don't care about Lord of the Rings. They care about telling their own story. They care about stopping agenda in there. They care about fleecing people for their money. But you know what? They are not going to win. They're not going to win. All you got to do is go take a look at the latest trailer page. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful? All right. Less than a little over a month away. September 2nd, right around the corner. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. Then again, you'll be here and at other channels because you don't have to watch this. Leave it to me. Leave it to others. We will watch this so you don't have to. That's the deal. We'll suffer in your place. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I'm here to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan and SJW Fifis. Hit the notification button, share my video if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave comments. Love to hear from you guys, the real, normal individuals out there who are here to have a discussion and a good time. Stans and SJWs, I don't care what you think. I will never care what you think, because to a one, you are all cowards behind keyboards. But I will trigger you happily, because your smooth brains can't handle it. Thank you again for watching this video. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therentnerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.